French? BL.
Pierre,
Oh,
exactement.
is it?
Oui. I'm currently pursuing my master's from French School of Business in France.
I never really considered going and studying abroad, but kind of thought about it lately.
My first call for France came through a cultural exchange program. The application fee is nothing, it's zero. And you get to live in France for 7 months. I paid no rent and it was in Paris.
Oh,
Exactly. When I came back to India, I just wanted to go back as soon as possible. Of course, like to be honest, initially the fear was there. I used to question myself, will it all be worth it? Will I waste my money? But
Welcome to Leap's new podcast series. We're joined by Gargi and Shubhangi today. Can we have small introductions from the two of you, please?
hi, my name is Shubhangi and I'm from Delhi. I'm currently pursuing my master's from French School of Business in France. Apart from that, I'm also a content creator. I create content around the French language, culture, professional opportunities and life in France, and I'm known as Almost French. And I'm also a French trainer. I prepare students to give their DELF exams, TCF, TEF, and I also teach school students.
So I'm Gargi. I'm also from Delhi, by the way.
Oh.
I work at Leap in the marketing team. I never really considered going and studying abroad, but since I've been working at Leap, I'm hearing all the interesting stories and career growths that people go through after they move abroad. So I've kind of thought about it lately. So I wanted to speak to someone who's studied abroad and learn from their experiences.
You
So
definitely should. I feel.
I'm very excited for this.
So before we dive much deeper into the things, could you give us a little more idea about your journey? How has everything panned out for you?
So my journey started back in India. I pursued my bachelor's from Maitri College, University of Delhi.
Bro, I'm from JMC.
What? Oh my god, that's
It's always when two Delhi people
Wow.
are sitting together, there's going to be some point of
Yeah.
conversation. Anyway, getting back to
Yeah. So while I was doing my graduation, I enrolled for a French language short-term course. JMC also had it, right?
Yeah.
From the very first class, I knew that my career has to be in French. It has to revolve around the language and everything.
Yeah.
And then after graduating, I started working at Cognizant as a French news analyst, where I was like my role was basically to summarize and translate all the news from different francophone countries, be it Switzerland, be it France, be it Belgium, or even Cote d'Ivoire. Then my first call for France was it came through a cultural exchange program back in 2022. Soon after, I came back to India, and then I went again to France for another internship where I was working as a teaching assistant in a public school in Paris for about 7 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Interesting.
And then that changed my mind. When I came back to India, I just wanted to go back as soon as possible. So I pursued, I applied for my master's.
How did you learn about the teaching program internship
My French professor, she had told us about this program.
in Maitri?
In Maitri. I applied through the Embassy of France website, which is IFI. The application fee is nothing, it's zero. And your visa fees gets waived off. And you get to live in France for 7 months. The working hours are only 12 hours per week.
Wow.
You get vacations after every 35 to 40 days of teaching.
And what's the pay?
It's around 1,000 euros before taxes, which is like 1 lakh rupees.
Okay.
But after taxes, it comes down to 840 euros. And
Yeah.
I was very lucky because I got a big duplex apartment in my own school. I paid
Wow.
no rent, and it was in
Oh,
Paris.
Oh,
What?
lovely.
That was the dream life.
Yeah.
I even invited my parents over there.
So you ideally had confidence that you want to go ahead with France because of the language.
Exactly, yes.
Right? So
yes.
how did you come across the decision of what course you want to study over there and what exactly career path you'd want to go ahead with?
See, for me, the field that I chose for my master's was completely different because I had studied political science and sociology in my graduation, but I'm currently doing masters in marketing. I got interest in that course because I started creating content when I was in France. Where I'm studying right now, Rennes School of Business, I selected that school because I had already been to Rennes, the city,
Okay.
while my stay in Paris. And I liked the vibe, the people were nice. I met the dean of the college and I scrolled through LinkedIn and I connected with some Indians who had already studied at Rennes School of Business. And you know, one thing that I got to know about once I landed in France was that almost every college has their alumni page on LinkedIn.
yeah.
So instead of searching for Rennes School of Business, search Rennes School of Business alumni.
Hmm.
And their websites are even more useful. On their website, you have a list of alumni. You just search the country, you search the course, and you will it will get filtered out, and you'll get to know some alumni. There'll be their contacts, and you get in touch with them. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good tip.
Just for the audience, and I think mostly for us, can you say like 2 sentences in French?
Oui, bien sûr. Alors, je voudrais justement dire que je suis
Oh my god.
très contente d'être ici. C'est un grand plaisir.
That is-
Donc, merci beaucoup, Leap Scholar. Yeah.
So is like French a prerequisite before I decide to move? over?
Absolutely, absolutely. I always recommend my own students as well to aim for a level more than just the basics.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
like
There's
you need to have a
A1,
certain level.
A2, B1. I think those are
B1.
the
I think
levels.
B1 is a level that you should aim for before going to France, because
Okay.
that will make you feel more independent, more confident, and you will be able to integrate yourself more into the culture.
So let's suppose I'm not getting enough time to learn French. I still apply. Will I be able to get through for admissions, or is this a criteria for university admissions as well?
See, if you apply at business schools
Hmm.
where classes are conducted in English, like in most of the business schools, that would not be a problem. And once you enter the college, there are courses. The universities, they offer French courses for international students. But ideally, I would say just come prepared.
Okay.
Do your B1, at least an A2 if not B1, because B1 it's an intermediate level, but A1, A2 are beginner levels.
Got it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And that's doable. That's easily achievable.
How much did it cost you, your education?
On an average, it was 16 to 17 lakhs for the
Okay.
whole thing, including my visa fees. Not even 16, 17, I think 12 to 13 lakhs. Like my original tuition fee, it was 18 lakhs, but I got a scholarship and
Okay.
it came down to 11 lakhs. So that sounded something that was manageable.
And
Yeah.
which scholarship was this?
It was an unframed scholarship from my college itself. Like they had different titles. So I
Okay.
applied for this one. You have to show that you have different interests. So I
Okay.
submitted a video of me dancing, singing,
Oh,
acting, and then I spoke French. So I think
Oh,
maybe
very
that
nice.
impressed them.
13 to 14 lakhs you mentioned. I think it's a good enough amount for
Exactly.
someone who's going to, France from India. You think you ever regretted that? You ever reconsidered the ROI you got?
No, never. Of course, like to be honest, initially the fear was there. I used to question myself, will it all be worth it? Will I waste my money? But once I started my studies, I got some positions at college. Like I became the international ambassador. That also included a salary that I used to get.
Oh, nice.
And then
from the
I-
college side
From the
itself.
college
Oh,
itself.
interesting.
Yes. They had paid me
That's
1,000
nice.
euros,
Hmm.
which is like 1 lakh rupees.
Nice.
I feel that when you make the efforts, be it connecting with people or applying for certain positions at college, people do notice. And once they notice, they give you opportunities like
Yeah.
professors and your colleagues and all.
I see a lot of similarities between you and me in terms of us being from Delhi, DU, and then we studied the same courses also. I also studied sociology. But the only difference I feel is you're very outgoing and you explore a lot. Something that maybe me and majority of the people right now don't do.
That might sound challenging, but that's what you have to do.
So when did you land in France, and how much of this homework had you already done back home, and how much did you have to figure out once you reached?
See, I had already found my apartment when I was in India, like
Okay.
1 month before my flight. There are many options. There are many websites, Stood Apart, Cruise, and Find Your Home, something like that.
Okay.
And I got some help from the government. Like the government, it covers a portion of your rent. So they used to pay me 100 euros. So my
Oh,
rent, it was 345 euros. It came down to 245 euros, which is like 25,000
Per month.
Yes. So it's not specific to 100 euros. It's a portion of your rent
Okay.
that you pay, and that's called CAF. CAF. Like you have to
that's
apply for
nice.
it. There's a procedure. It takes 3 months. Like once you apply, it takes 3 months, but you get it.
And you need certain qualifications for that.
You need to be a student. You need to submit your school certificate, and you need to have a French bank account. That's another. Like that's a bit challenging. The banking process, because when you go to the bank and when you tell them that yes, I want to open a bank account, they ask you for your medical insurance covered. But for medical insurance covered, you need to go to the bank. So it's a bit complicated, but it's doable. For travel also, I didn't used to pay, because when you're a student, you don't need to pay for your travel in that particular city.
Okay.
Apart from that, you get free groceries, and this is something not everybody know. Even I got to know there.
Wow. So you're graduating in Feb. That's next month.
Oh, yes.
How's the job market there?
Yeah, it's a bit challenging, but again, language is something that helps you a lot over here. You can get some part-time jobs like working in restaurants, doing babysitting, dog sitting, etc. But it gets a bit tricky when it comes to white collar jobs or a proper corporate job. I think finding a job in Paris is still easier. Like, even though there are so many applications and higher the number of applications, higher the competition
Of
is.
course.
But still, it's easier than living in smaller cities. For example, me, I chose Rennes just to experience the student life. And now I'll be hunting for a job. I'll be shifting to Paris or some other big city like Lyon, Montpellier, etc.
You know, I just have to say this. I think you all have watched Emily in Paris, right? And you fit in so right at the, like, you hit bullseye when it comes to the persona of Emily. So dreamlike that, you know, how most of the people have that vision that they want to work in marketing in Paris, especially, and seeing someone who's actually going to live that in 1 month after
Yeah.
graduating.
Oh my God.
It's
Time
so.
to start a TV
Yeah.
series.
But I feel everyone talks about that dream life abroad, how you also mentioned. But I'm sure that there would be some certain drawbacks that pull you down. There would be days that you would not like the most.
What no one prepares you for is how lonely the days can be. And you would be achieving so many things. Like when I became the international ambassador, I remember I was on the stage and there was nobody clapping for me. I didn't have my mom to hug me, and I think that's something.
That's the prize you sometimes.
Yeah. The most challenging days were when I lost my dog. Like I just could not come back. One of my internships had already started, and I saw his funeral over a video call. And
Is that a concern for you as well?
Of course. Like, despite the fact that I'm already in a long distance with parents, they stay in Delhi, I'm here in Bangalore, but at least the time zone is similar.
Exactly, yeah.
That one fear is that, like, the time zones we'll not be able to match. The call timings we'll have to coordinate.
That 3
And
hour
that's
flight
the
will
biggest
become
thing.
like multiple
Yeah,
hours.
you see? Yeah, absolutely. And you miss your family's weddings and the Diwali, Holi. There are no festivals in France. I mean, abroad. Yeah, there's just Christmas, there's Thanksgiving, there's New Year. That's it.
Just to lighten up the mood, how's Christmas in France?
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Shiny trees, the buildings, there'll be lights everywhere. And everyone will be so happy. They are so welcoming at that point of time. They would invite you for dinners, they would give you some gifts. I mean, Christmas, for French, there's this work-life balance that we did not talk about, and that's absolutely nickel. Nickel is a French word. It means like
Nickel.
Yeah, so that's just amazing.
What time do you get free?
At 5. Yeah.
Every
and
day.
5 means 5. Like, if I have to post something, my boss will say, go back home. Even if it's 5, go back home and we'll post it tomorrow.
I also have one concluding question. Let's say that Shubhangi didn't decide to go to France. So the Shubhangi back in India, how would she be different from this Shubhangi that we're seeing right now?
Oh my God. I think I've grown immensely. I've become very much independent, be it physically, mentally, emotionally. Living abroad for anybody, it gives you strength. You start caring a little less about all the noise and expectations and about others, but you start caring a little too much about yourself, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I feel that's very important. You know, like we say, like, if the brick, it's not strong, how can it hold a house together? So if you're not happy from inside, how can you light up others' moods? Once you go abroad, you feel that you can do anything now, because you
Invincible.
you spend the hardest and the toughest days and lessons.
Would you say that you feel belonged in France now?
Yeah.
That's, I think, the main aim for anyone who's going abroad to do their masters, to do their bachelors, to work, to start feeling belonged in a alien culture.
Absolutely.
After listening to her story, her experiences, do you think your headspace about going abroad to France or any place in the world has changed, has evolved?
Yeah, I feel more open about this decision now. Maybe something like maybe I can start thinking about a lot more. Yet to maybe get into the planning mode, but maybe I'll speak to a lot more people about it more
And
openly
you should
now.
do that. Yes.
I'm definitely at the next step now.